books, can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the mother. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, January 16th. We've got a very manageable card here. We can knock this one out in 75 minutes tonight here on Friday with our NBA, NHL, college basketball card. Still got to do the thing here as we get ready for the weekend, man. I wish it was football day today, but we've got some basketball to talk about with you guys. Thank you for joining me here on the show. My banner up here, and good to see everyone here on a Friday. Get rolling here tonight. And also take a look at some of the action from yesterday and an exciting day of college basketball. The mid-majors there a little bit, a lot of overtimes. I know that, a lot of overtimes, a lot of points there yesterday. How'd you folks do in college ball yesterday? And see what we got today on the college card. I'll pick a few of the games. I got to leave some games maybe for a premium pick or two. We've talked about some of the games already along the airwaves. So see what you think of the college basketball card today. I'll say hello to the folks in the chat. Just get it rolling here kind of early, at least early for me. Cash Kane here today. Nicholas Handy ready to go. Jimbo is here with the chat all-stars. Jimmy knows he's ready to go. LALV, Farmer Jake, this is easy when I got the crew in here like this. Greg talking some of the action here from yesterday. Let's see what went on yesterday in the NBA here on the show and see what we had for some winners. Fernando here as well was watching some great tennis last night. Couldn't score them all there. Ran into a little bit of a bug there after our sweep of the previous day. All right, good to see you guys in the chat. And let's see what went on in the NBA here on Thursday. And we had a few winners here anyway, heading into today's action. Again, just a short card, man. We got 6 games here in the NBA, 5 in the NHL, and I'll preview 3 or 4 games in college ball. But, hey, we did bring home some winners here. And, hey, well, first of all, I just want to mention how about the day game there from Germany. It was the Berlin Magic there. They pretty much were the home team, right? So, yeah, they were able to spot the Memphis Grizzlies a bit of a lead and still got the money there yesterday. Yeah, a lot of folks were on Memphis here. I know I was a little bit skeptical there, but also it did end up going over. I know on the show we were saying the total went down just a little bit. I was on the under, so can't really claim a victory, I don't think, but nonetheless, even with some other better games, that was kind of the featured game yesterday with the Magic there taking the win and the cover, and they'll play again. Don't forget this weekend over there in London. So did have some winners though here on the show yesterday. We had the under in the Phoenix and Detroit games. Detroit knocked off Phoenix. We also had a winner here on the morning steam with Milwaukee and San Antonio. to go under. A little bit of a scare there with Wembanyama going out of the game. He returned, and San Antonio got the win and the cover easy there over the Bucks yesterday. We also had the Knicks and the Warriors game to go over yesterday, and the 126-113 win for the Warriors smacked down on the Knicks. Also had a winner, Atlanta and Portland game to go under yesterday. Indeed it did, as Portland easily crushed Atlanta in that one. We had the under here on the Morning Steam show, and also had some winners here in hockey yesterday. We had the over with the Canadians and the Sabres here on the show yesterday. Also brought home a winner here with the New York Islanders over the Oilers, but had a hard time getting some traction there. We had the Stars and the Mammoth to go under, and we had the Vegas Golden Knights. We had them here on the Morning Steam Vegas over Toronto yesterday as a favorite. And in college ball, man, some of those games, how about them? I know that wasn't a lot that stood out with the card, but the 3 overtime games there over Arkansas State. Arkansas State led the game late with a minute to go, and South Alabama forced it into overtime, got the win there, 91-87. Southern Utah over Tarleton, 106-105, as the Thunderbirds snapped a 7-game losing streak with the upset over Tarleton. They were getting up 6, and it moved down to 4. Got to follow that move with Southern Utah there. Also, IU Indianapolis with the win over Robert Morris, 99-93 in overtime. Robert Morris led that game by 10 with 10 minutes to go, but the Jaguars with a win there. They were kind of in a losing skid, at least against D1 teams there. They're still, despite the fact, and of course it was a high-scoring game there with the overtime, but we talk about being the season IU's ridiculous pace, and while they haven't gone over in every game, they still are playing the fastest-paced games in the country, even if they're not. I think the thing is they're just kind of inefficient. They still play fast-paced there. Georgia Southern over Old Dominion, 89-84 in regulation. Monarchs led, though, at halftime, 48-39, and got rocked in the second half. And Cal Davis over Fullerton, 74-69 there. We didn't have a winner there in that one, but it was certainly an important win there for UC Davis. We did have some winners here on the Morning Steam show, quite a few actually, as we had the Oakland and Wisconsin-Milwaukee game. We had Oakland in that one over Wisconsin-Milwaukee for a winner here on the show yesterday. Also, we had UT Arlington in that game against Utah Tech there on the road. And a late night winner as well with, I think Portland State actually was a cover there. A push there yesterday against Northern Colorado. I think they ended up winning by just 3 points in that game. So, okay, let's. We had Queens College as well. And we'll do a little preview there. Hey, everyone, you can get more picks from me today when you go over to winnable.com/Ramon. This is where I put my premium picks from the Sports Money Network, and you can get a free month of them if you just comment in the chat. All you got to do is say anything, type a number, type a name, type a pick. You'll be eligible for the drawing here. We've got plenty of people signed up to get the picks, and you can win a free month of my picks over there. We did have a few premium winners yesterday on the Sports Money premiums there. We had the VIP winner, I know that for sure, with Wichita State and Florida Atlantic game to go under. That was a winner. Also had tennis winner yesterday with Coach Ioretto over Ruzic. I went with Snyder over Mira Andreeva, and I don't know why I did that, because Mira is one of my favorites, but thought that Snyder was playing pretty well, and Mira and Andreeva ended up rocking her yesterday. So split those, but NBA, we did pull off some winners there with a 3-in-1 day with the premiums, including the Dallas Mavericks over Utah there yesterday. Also had a premium winner with the Spurs over the Bucks, and also a premium winner with the over in the Lakers and Charlotte game. And you guys were right, man. You guys were all over Charlotte, and I guess I just don't know how basketball works. obviously the spread in there said that they were going to come in and rock the Lakers, and they did just that yesterday. Really an impressive win there for Charlotte. The Lakers, there's obviously some kind of dysfunctionality there, and you guys had it. You guys called it right in the chat. I couldn't have been more wrong about the Lakers' chances in that game. So go over to winnable.com/Ramon and then use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. Sign up for 1 month at $17. I'll put an extra week on there, so you get 5 weeks. Comes out to about 38 cents a day when you subscribe over at winnable.com. That's what keeps me here going on the channel. That's how you support me here on the Sports Money Network. So please go on over there at a very reasonable cost and get signed up. This is the best time to do it. Get lots of plays here on Saturday for sure. Tomorrow with college basketball and more. So go on over to winnable.com. Okay, any more comments from the chat? I guess we're going to start the show. It's not going to be a long one here. The faster we get started, the faster we're done here. So, all right, burn, baby, burn. Let's get it going here. LALB also here. He had BGK there yesterday with that over. And at least there's 2 plays that I had there, right, yesterday. And LBJ double. But, man, God, I mean, and, oh, yeah, the big news yesterday, other than when we broke that news about or at least we're, following that news about the gambling controversy there yesterday. I guess that one kind of blew up, didn't it? And then also Kyle Tucker. I don't know. He's only making $10 million less than Ohtani. I hope he can pitch. Man, the Dodgers love to spend money, don't they? All right. Let's get started here on the show. And like I said, we'll be waiting. Are we going to get any steam on this limited card today? I sure hope so. But if not, we'll just give out our picks and we'll see what's going on here with the sports betting action here on Friday. Let's go to the NBA and get it out of the way with our 6 games here. And the thing about it was
critical notice.
Yesterday the card wasn't. The card was. Had some games on, some good games on it. Unfortunately, for the 6-game card, these matchups are not that great, quite frankly. But let's get into them and take a look and see what we got here. Start us off with the New Orleans. See, I told you. New Orleans Pelicans here taking on the Indiana Pacers here. Get it started on Friday with the Pelicans in here coming off of a win finally, getting a victory over Brooklyn last time out. Stopped a 2-game skid. They've actually beat Washington. They beat Washington and Brooklyn, and now they get a chance to beat the Pacers. Maybe they're just good enough here to win a game like this. Against bad teams. They can only beat bad teams here, I guess. But for the Pacers here, they actually been playing pretty well here, but they did lose to Toronto last time out at home, 115-101, to stop a 3-game winning streak in there, actually, for Indiana here. So they had their moments here of late. They're trying to get things going. It's a long way. These, no one's going to say that the Pelicans are going to make the playoffs with the way they're going. And you know what? Probably the Pacers won't either, although it's kind of like you're just thinking, man, could the Pacers ever get it together? The key being they're without their star player all season long here. So we know it's a little bit difficult for Indiana, who's lost 14 of their last 17 games coming into this one, but they've covered 4 out of their last 5, the last one being that loss to the Raptors here. For New Orleans right now, they've lost 11 of their last 13. Those 2 wins, like I said, were to Washington and Brooklyn, but at least it was a team that, I don't know, Indiana is kind of a same caliber of team there, don't you think? So quick tumble on the markets here to get the day started. It looks like I thought we were opening higher, but giving some back here early on. New Orleans has covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams. New Orleans has gone under in 6 of their last 8 coming in. Indiana's gone under in 5 straight games, and 5 of the last 7 meetings between these 2 teams have gone under. So, look, I mean, is it a game where maybe the Pelicans are a better chance to go to the playoffs here than Indiana, actually? But Indiana still is going to be favored here by, is that right? Is that 4 now? here. This thing opened as low as 1.5, and the move has clearly been on Indiana here against the Pacers today. Let's check the injury reports here, and look at this total continues to rise here at this moment. We got to put this thing up to 241 at least here right now. This thing's through the roof. But let's see what you guys have here. I mean, come on. I get it. I guess these teams. Indiana's not an over team at all. This is only the seventh time this season that Indiana's been a favorite. They've 1-5 to the under as a favorite. They're also 9-14 to the under at home. This season. We know Indiana, they've been bad, but they do cover spreads of 13-10 ATS at home. Mentioned being a favorite those 6 times. They are just 2-4 ATS as a favorite. Even though New Orleans is 23-20 to the over, they are 22-17 to the over as a dog. But man, this thing is going real high here today in this game, and you kind of wonder. Herb Jones, he's out here for the Pelicans. Alvarado continues to be out here for the Pacers. Isaiah Jackson's out, but that's pretty much it on the short-term injuries here today. So let me hear from you guys, see what you have to say in this one. But man, that total's gone up here big time right now between the Pelicans and the Pacers, almost too high. Too high, really, it feels like. Let's see what you have here, and I'll make my play. But New Orleans, Indy, Friday. Here we go to the chat. See how you guys are going to unpack this one. Okay. 9 Legacy says, take the Pacers here. You got to take the Pacers here, don't you, if they're on the move like this? But, man, this move is kind of crazy, too. Cash Kane says, Pacers on the money line here. Robert's on the Pelicans here, just a little bit too far there, I think. Pelicans are not a great cover either here right now. I think we covered all the numbers we can with these two, trying to find a positive. Okay, let's see. D-Money wants the under here. Cash Kane liking the under now here as well. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, you guys. I know that I'm saying, whoa, where's this thing going? And you guys are on the comeback here. Everybody taking the under. I'm a little disappointed it's going so high here because I think it will be a high-scoring game. I think it's got a better chance to go over than an under. It just seems like the tax is too much here at this point to go over. Greg here, what is he saying? I think he likes Indiana here in this one, and he still likes it over. Fernando's on the Pacers here. And Fernando still, maybe Pacers team total. Everyone wants a hello in the chat too. BJ Anderson here. He's got the Pelicans team total under here right now in this one. All right. And I'm gonna try the Pelicans here plus the points. That's gonna be my move here now at 4. I'll try in New Orleans. There's definitely been clearly a move here on Indiana. The widely reported steam came in on Indiana as well. Also, the move to the over was definitely on some steam here. I mean, this thing it does look like it will go over, man. I don't know if I can still get behind this. You know what? It may even go higher than 241.5. A lot of the books right now, they've all been moved to 241.5, except a couple of square books here offshore. But all right, I'm going to take the Pelicans here in this one. Like I said, they're just coming off of a win. Their 2 wins were over here, Brooklyn and Washington. So, maybe they are just good enough to beat some of the bad teams. Give credit to Indiana, man. The wins were over Miami and Boston here of late as part of that winning streak. But I'm going to try the Pels here. All right. Mr. Wesker is going to go with he went with the Draymond technical foul there last night. Jonathan Kuminga has said he would like to be traded right now from the Warriors. He hasn't played in the last 13 games, and he just became eligible to be traded with his tenure just, I believe, yesterday or today maybe. So he's immediately asked for a trade out of Golden State. So, okay, let's see. Utah got smoked by Dallas, and they're tired here. Oh, thank you, Craig. All right, here we go. Let's move to the next one here right now and get to the Cavs. Here are taking on the Sixers. If you wondered, the Bulls and the Nets were the first game on the rotation, but they're in a time change, so they'll be next up. If screwed that one up earlier, but this one's at 7:10 Eastern, 4:10 Pacific, with the Cavaliers here on the road against the Sixers. Sixers here now a 2.5-point favorite in this one. They did open here 1.5 or so, and then have moved to 2.5 in this matchup against the Cavs here. So, look, this is still, it is what it is. These two teams just played the other night, of course, and it was 133 to 107. The Cavaliers won the game on the road. It was kind of a pick'em, if I'm not mistaken, in that game, but Cleveland really did wallop them. So it is a big, if you talk about revenge, I mean, this feels more like it than most, especially when we consider what we've been talking about pretty much all season, that the Cavaliers are just a terrible spread team, no matter how you look at it. Now, at least in the underdog role, this has been a little bit better for them. That they're 14-28 ATS, but 23-19 straight up. They're 3-5 as an underdog, but just 4-4 ATS, which certainly is better than their record as a dog with a cover in there. But when you're 14-28 ATS and you're 4-4 ATS as an underdog, that to me says you play a little bit tougher, or at least a little bit better against the spread as a dog. But still, Philadelphia, one of the best spread teams in the league, and they have a decent record too: 22-17, 23-15-1 ATS, 14-9 ATS as a favorite. So it really does show that they're able to get going when they need to. And they did beat Toronto in the second game, the same exact scenario in a way. I know this one is a kind of a home and home, but remember, they just played Toronto in Toronto. They lost that first game to Toronto, a tough one, 116-115 as a 1.5-point favorite. Lost the game, but did come back the next night and beat Toronto 115-102 on the road against that tough Toronto team, which can be tough at home. So I think Philly shows that they can, turn games around a little bit. I think that's the way I would look at this one with the Cavs and the Sixers. But go ahead, let me rattle off some trends here a little bit. But I think that's kind of the gist of it. But you got Philadelphia, obviously a pretty good cover team here. With the revenge line move on Philly, that might be a little bit of a tax here. Barlow is questionable. Oubre probable. PG probable. Embiid probable for the Cavs. Wade out. Merrill out. Garland out. Strus out. 2.5. Oh man, we better get on this one right away. I mean, this is going to be a little bit of momentum. I mean, now granted, I mean, I'm not going to, I don't know, that's almost the starting line. I mean, those are 4 very decent players, no doubt about it, for the Cavaliers out of this game, man. 4 guys play plenty of minutes. No wonder the line's hasn't moved enough, right? I'm taking the Sixers here. Wow. Gotta like this one. It feels like, and in the total here, like I said, I'm going to cover some of these, but the total here in this game has actually gone down here from 236 or so down to 232. I can work with that a little bit here. I think that's also going the wrong way, but I think I'd rather make Philadelphia my play here. Really like this one today. And let's see what you have in the chat. Here we go with our chat all-stars. All right, and it's going to be the payback for the Sixers here, right? No doubt about it. And Cash Kane, 76ers money line and under. LALB does like it over. This is one that's definitely moving to the under here for whatever, probably because of the Cavs missing some players that. And there's no doubt there's some points in there and some stats that will need to be replaced somehow by some of the subs. Greg here, he likes Philly in this one. That's almost right on the spread, though, but he does like it over there, I think. Robert going with the Sixers here. And Mr. Weskers, all right. Jimmy liking the Sixers here. Lay it. And Greg said, is it a fishy line? He says, Philly got blown out by Cleveland. He's got this line as fishy. Yeah, Garland out. That's what I'm showing right now. Garland, sprained ankle here, out of this one. Again, Wade, Merrill, Garland, and Struess all out for the Heat. Sixers here for LALB. 76ers under. Take the spread and the under here. And let's see, they're trying to bait you to take Cleveland. Take Philly and the over, says Greg. All right. Yeah, and I'd say if you like Philly, I mean, I don't know. It feels like it'd go up even higher here once some momentum builds on this. I think that's clearly a wounded lineup. Cavs team total under here, and BJ says Sixers on the money line. Still getting a good price there in that one. Okay, now will be the time change. This was the top of the board, 519, 520 Bulls and Nets here in Brooklyn here. Brooklyn, they're 2.5 here also right now. They also opened close here to, in fact, the overnight sendout had the Bulls favored actually by 1.5 in this game. And now you're looking here at the Nets favored by mostly 2.5 here, it looks like. And the total in this one is at 226. This one's gone up a little bit. I mean, the early line had about 224.5, but I don't know. It's gone up here a little bit with the Brooklyn taking on the Nets here. Nets are favored now. Said it time and again here right now for the last several weeks. There's not many better underdogs right now in the league than the Chicago Bulls. They are 15-6 against the spread as an underdog. Here's the problem for the Nets is that the Nets have only been favored one other time this season. They did win and cover in that one game, but we know how bad they are just straight up period. They're 5-15 straight up at home so far, and 9-11 against the spread. But yeah, they got to lay a couple of points here to the Bulls who actually show some moxie as an underdog, and sometimes 15-6. I mean, that's pretty decent for sure. They're 72% cover there as an underdog for the Bulls. Bulls just beat Utah, but did not cover 128-126 at home, but they were a favorite in that one. They covered against Houston as a dog, but they were getting double digits. Did beat Dallas at home. They beat up Dallas 125-107. So for Chicago here, like I said, they show a little bit of a life on the road a little bit, but right now, Chicago has lost 4 out of their last 6 games. They're just 2-4 ATS in their last 6, and they are just 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games against Brooklyn. But Brooklyn comes in on a 5-game losing streak here right now, and they've failed to cover in some of those games. Are 3-6 ATS in their last 9 games overall. Brooklyn's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Chicago's gone under in 8 of their last 12 games coming in to this one. Brooklyn 8-12 to the under at home, and 14 of the last 18 games between these two teams have gone under. I'm going to come in here with the under with Brooklyn and the Bulls here on the show. Let me know what you guys have in this one. Not a great matchup again here, but let's see what the chat has to say in this one. These two teams did meet back on December the 3rd. Brooklyn got the win at Chicago, 113-103. They were a 7.5-point dog in that game. Okay, here we go. In this one, we've got Mr. Weskers wants to take the Nets on the money line. Cash Kane, Nets money line. LALV is going under here with me in this one. And it's gone up here for sure. So I'll ride here with the under. Jimmy's on the Bulls in this one. And let's see here. Greg says take 115, 111 Chicago here. He likes the point. He likes Chicago plus the points. I don't know which team maybe he's saying Chicago wins. Here's Jimbo. He's on the Bulls. Hello to AOD in the chat here this morning. Fernando going under here. When Greg says you got two bums, you got to take the points in this one. Fernando, Nets team total under D Money is on the Bulls. Hey, good morning to Terrell in the chat in there. And let's see here in Kuminga, he's talking Kuminga with that contract, says nobody's going to want Kuminga here. You can demand a trade, but what are you going to really do? Also here, 9 Legacy of Brooklyn Nets on the spread. And, Jimbo, thanks. Look at Jimbo. Look at this. I mean, with the emojis and everything. Thank you, Jimbo. That's awesome. Thank you for your support of the Sports Money Network. Oh, man. That's great. Jordy here on the Bulls money line. You got Robert here, Bulls money line. And Mr. Wesker said, the Kuminga two-piece combo wouldn't even take that. But I don't know. I could really go for a little bit of fried chicken. All right. I'll take the under in this one, but I'm looking forward to this. I might have a play here today. Let's move on here. We're halfway through this NBA card, man, and we're looking for a good game. I don't know if we got it here, but it is anytime you get Kawhi returning. I mean, he's already back to Toronto, but they still love him there, and you got the Clippers on the road here, favored against the Raptors. Clippers by 1.5, maybe 2, total 216 here in this one. The Clippers have definitely been making some noise here, whether or not, maybe they still are better than the Lakers in the end, but back to another 4-game winning streak here all of a sudden, the second kind of good winning streak they've had here so far. Remember, they closed kind of strong at the end of the year, at the end of the December there a little bit. The Clippers have now won and covered 11 of their last 13 games overall, playing extremely well. Feels like they've kind of, I don't know if they fixed things other than, the thing with Chris Paul, but really just started to do a really good job here. Also, the Clippers have beaten Toronto in 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. Are pretty much the meetings that Kawhi's been back with the Clippers, it feels like, huh? Toronto, though, is 5-2 straight up and against the spread at home. They're coming in off of a road win over Indiana, 115-101. They also remember, split those games with Philadelphia and lost at Boston here. Toronto still 11-7 against the spread as an underdog as well. They've gone under in 12 of their last 17 games overall, and 9 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams have gone under. I mean, only the Clippers have totals pretty much this low, doesn't it seem like? When we talk about the totals. And remember what Mike said, with these totals so far in the second half, we're definitely seeing them go down here in general, just a few points here and there, if you know what I mean. Right now, Toronto 16-26 to the under this season, 9-13 to the under at home. The Clippers are 9-11 to the under as a favorite. So see what you have here, but man, the Clippers are looking pretty good, and this is a team that they do beat, although Toronto did win the last meeting here. It was last year, 115-108. Toronto was getting 5 in that game last February. That was really the first game that the Toronto had beaten the Clippers in the last 6. 5 straight wins for the Clippers, and Toronto won at home last time, but Clippers playing good. Can they do it here in Toronto with Kawhi in town? The reason why they still love him is because of the championship, right? Kind of the same thing with Lowry there the other night as well. All right, and let's see here. Go to here. Let's see. Fernando giving Robert some signing news there of his Villa squad. Kuminga will get picked up, says 9 Legacy. He will get dealt somewhere. Somebody's going to want him. Jordy says maybe into Phoenix Raptors here for Cash Kane. And Mr. Wesker says you got to think that Kawhi will be in this game. Yeah, anytime he's coming back here. For sure. Let me see. There is Kawhi is questionable. That's, I think, maybe what Mr. Weskers is referring to. He is questionable here for this game today. LALB says Clippers are covering 9 Legacy Raptors on the spread. Cash Kane says if Leonard is out, Harden cannot carry the team. And Greg says 109, 106 Clippers. If Leonard plays, Fernando's on the Clippers here on the money line. Jimbo likes the Clippers. Harden, he still is a producer. It doesn't matter, man, how you look at it, right? To me, I think he's incredible to watch, quite frankly. BJ here says Bulls, Sixers, Raptors, a first quarter parlay there, I think is what he's saying. Greg says Leonard going to light him up. Hopefully he is in there. You don't want to have 28 points out of the lineup. Robert on the Clippers, but I just think for Kawhi, I mean, I think if you're injured, you're injured and you can't make the lineup, that's fine. We know Kawhi here, we make a lot of fun of him here, but he has played so far this season in 30 of 40 games. That's probably pretty good for him. And I think because of the setting, he'll look to try to play. But also, the Clippers have some notable injuries here. Zubats is back on the injured list here with a turned ankle. John Collins is questionable as well. So a couple guys on the shelf here in the front court. For the Raptors here, they have injuries, no doubt. I would say almost epidemic-like here. You got Temple questionable, Quickly questionable, Mamu Kalashvili questionable, Battle is doubtful, Walter is out, Barrett is out. So you've got those are 6 contributors there, no doubt about it, with anywhere from questionable tags to out. So yeah, I think a couple guys will make that lineup, but we'll see. That's a lot of guys out too. And let's see here. Yeah, Mr. Weskers, we're going to start our own tree company. And what we'll do is, Ballmer will pay us, $30 million to come out and trim the trees around the Intuit Dome. And then, of course, we pay Kawhi $27 million to be the official sponsor of our tree cutting service, because everyone loves a great basketball player. We'll just use his height and say, we've got Kawhi to trim your bushes. And then we'll pocket $3 million between us. I think that we can work that out. They do love him. They do love him. There's no doubt about it. Right, yeah. Right, Terrell, you always got to downgrade him one level there. Public Enemy giving us a play from before. And BJ says if he doesn't play, then take the Raptors. Might be a letdown there a little bit. Good morning to Public Enemy. And all right, that'll do that one. And I'm on the Clippers here. Look, I hope it continues. I hope the Clippers keep on keeping on right now. Put that bad streak to the beginning of the season behind them here and start winning some games that they can win. It seems like right now when the Clippers are playing teams that they can beat, they are certainly doing it here. Yes, it is a start of a road trip here, but they were handling the business there against some bad teams in Brooklyn and Detroit pretty good. They beat Detroit here. Kind of weird, they went back and now they're back up here in the Toronto at least. All right. Jimbo here, Timberwolves plus 4.5 in this in the next one. Oh, sorry, Jimbo, getting ahead of me here. Let me do it. Let me bring it up. This is the game of the night, especially with this card. Timberwolves and Rockets here, but there are injuries to report in this game that will be a bit of a factor here in this one coming in. You've got Anthony Edwards. He's definitely out of this game. Already announced that this would be his rest game here against Houston tonight. So I don't know. Is it a game that the Minnesota Timberwolves are kind of mailing in here? Seems like a game you'd want to play against the Rockets. Minnesota's a much hotter team right now. The Rockets are having some issues for sure right now. Gobert is probable off his suspension here. And Tari Eason is questionable here for Houston. But the main point there being the injury, the announcement that Edwards will miss the game here. Minnesota's been flying pretty high here of late, clicking here right now. Minnesota, they have won 6 of their last 7, covering 5 of those games. Minnesota's also 12-6 against the spread, their last 18 games against Houston. Houston's 1-4 straight up in their last 5 and 0-7 against the spread in their last 7 games. 0-7, 7-game spread losing streak here for Houston. They did beat Chicago a couple games back, but were favored by 12.5. Other than that, they're losing, and they're losing as favorites a lot of times, although they did just get blown out by a stubborn OKC team that was kind of steaming off of a few losses here of late. But lost twice on the road to Portland, also lost at Sacktown. So, it feels almost like a little bit of a mail-in here, but Houston can't seem to turn it around on anybody right now. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. I don't know if it's going to go that way without Ant in the lineup. It is 222 down here right now, and the spread has gone up to 4.5, like I said, but it does feel like here the send-out was, 3.5 or so. So let's see what you have, though, in this one between Minnesota and Houston. Minnesota is 13-7 to the over on the road, but Houston's been going under big time here of late in 7 of their last 8 games right now. Like I said, 5 straight have gone over, but even at 222, I might be thinking under. But let's see what you guys have in this one, and then I'll make my call here with Minnesota on the road. But no Ant. It's not like he's even questionable. You know he's out. So, but they're still. Hey, Minnesota. We just saw Edwards was out of that. Remember, Edwards and Rudy did not play, and when you need a hand, when you need a man, and you got Julius Randle, he lit it up in that game the other night against Milwaukee. Remember, both players were out, and they won by 36 points on the road without Edwards in the lineup. Okay, let's see here. We already know Jimbo was on the Wolves, and let's see here. You guys are still in the other games there. It's okay. And BJ says Raptors and Timberwolves will be easy money here. Cash Kane on the Timberwolves here. Greg says 113, 110 Minnesota. Look, Houston should be better, right, than, say, Milwaukee here. Houston's still 12-3 straight up at home, but all right, Rockets on the back-to-back, says BJ here, as they took on that OKC team last night and lost there by 20 points. So they've got to be steaming right now. They have not covered a game here in over 2 weeks. And I don't think we're, just saying all of a sudden the Rockets are a bad team, right? I mean, they've had a, very successful season so far, coming in here. Like I said, 23-15, nearly the same record as Minnesota. And let's see here, Rockets money line for Public Enemy. LALB on the Wolves. And personal account in the chat. Good to have personal account here. Cash Kane on the under. The Wolves here for Robert. And Greg said the Houston, did they really go all out? They lost by 20, and they were like, man, these guys are so good running us out of the gym. Minnesota might have beat them here to Houston. Rockets on a bounce back, though, says 9 Legacy. And BJ said, look, yeah, they just had a great game the other night without Edwards in there, and they blew them out. And LALB on the over. And Jordy liking the Wolves here on the money line. All right, the Wolves are playing better, but I'm going to try the Rockets here, you guys. I think it will be a team. I don't care. Back-to-back, you lost to the Thunder. The Thunder needed a win. They weren't feeling that confident. And, look, I know that without Edwards, I know what just happened against that Milwaukee team here. And I guess, hey, if we see Randall come in here and put up 29 points again, then maybe it will be. There were some other guys had a pretty good game there too as well. Nas Reed was knocking them down. I think he had 19. Okay, and then one more here. We're down to the end of the NBA, man. Oh boy. Well, the Wizards and Kings. Maybe this no Kings. Remember, no Kings. And well, the Wizards. I tell you this: the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere really looks like an awesome presentation. Well, I kind of want to go check that out. That might be what the only thing I want to do with the Wizards here right now. Let's get it going here on our final game with the Kings favored by 7.5 to 32.5. Maybe it's gone down just a tad. No, there's some 233.5s out there, but Circa has it at 232.5 here right now with Washington. Washington comes in here on a 4-game losing streak. We know they're no good, but they're struggling here coming in right now. That's one thing to consider. Sacramento, meanwhile, comes in here on a 3-game winning streak. Maybe their best winning streak of the season. Just when we're really making fun of Sacramento here, they're a favorite for just the 4th time so far this season. They are 2-1 straight up, 1-2 against the spread as a favorite. Washington coming in here 7-13 against the spread on the road, 14-22 against the spread as a dog. And riding, they look pretty bad in these 4 games, but I'm probably going to take Washington here, maybe even on the money line to win this one. These two teams, just when you thought, form was going to set in here a little bit, I think I'm going to take these points. It's probably a little too high now. Of course, no Trae Young right now, and who knows when he's going to be back in there. A lot of speculation that he's never going to play a game in Washington, possibly, but it is a knee injury. So Vukcevic is out for Washington. Middleton's out as well. Koulibaly is out. Whitmore is out. That is big time players out for Washington here. For the Kings, Sabonis here is upgraded here right now to questionable. Could we get Sabonis back here? Wouldn't that be something? Schroeder, I think he is out with that suspension here. Keegan Murray remains out as well. So Kings are missing a few guys too, but that's a lot of injuries, man. I still want to take them. I'm going to play the algorithm here, and I think I'm going to take the Wizards. I don't know if I can lay 7.5 points with the Kings. I don't care what kind of lineup is out there, but let me hear from you. Maybe you could talk me out of this one. But this feels like the one, where just when you thought it was all going against them, they end up pulling off the win somehow. All right, let's go to the chat, see what you got here. Last game of the night, a real doozy here. Washington has lost 5 of their last 6 and failed to cover in those 5 of those 6 games. Washington 4-2 against the spread last 6 games against Sacramento. Washington's gone under in 8 of their last 10. Sacramento's gone under in 4 of their last 6, and 12 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Maybe I should just go under here in this game. It feels like it's going to be an under with these two teams anyway. You got Washington here, massive unders. They're also 18-12 to the under on the road here. We'll say Sacramento in the 3 games that they were favored did go over in 2 of them. But let's see what you have here. I'm still taking the Wizards because just because that's the reason. That's the handicap. See what you got here. There's plenty of players out for the Wizards. Okay. Oh, Robertson go to a Fish concert at the Sphere. That sounds incredible. Okay, and is Fish? Do you think Fish is the modern day Grateful Dead, kind of in a way with the cult following? And all right, let's see here. Greg says Kings will crown them. Will crown their butts. I think crown their butts. Public Enemy Kings to roll. Cash Kane says the Wizards cover. LALV likes the under here in this one. I gotta think you gotta go under here. Will George play in this one? I think no doubt George plays. I think one thing we talk about is the young players of the Wizards here. I like these younger players. Obviously, here's some players are out, though, in this game. Jimbo on the Wizards and Robert on the Wizards. Sharps are, I don't know, feel like they're on the Wizards here. Kings not good giving points. Well, they're 33%, 1 and 2. Only the fourth time they've been favored all year. Easton comes back for the Rockets in the there. Thank you, personal account. Jimmy on the Wizards as well. This is our lock of the week. The Wizards with all these players out. Okay. 3 straight meetings have gone under. Yeah, I got 12 in the last 16 going under as well. And Fernando, he came back the Wiz late with the Kings. Under here for LALB. Terrell says Wiz to cover. We got Chris Webber and Beja coming off the bench. Fernando's got a blowout, though, here for the Kings. And Kings coming off the win over the Knicks. They beat the Kings' winning streak. It's not like they went out there and beat the Nets, Pacers, right, and the Pelicans. They beat Houston, the Lakers, and the Knicks. I mean, come on, the Kings are going. They're turning it around here. Kings money line for BJ. And Kings another win here. Jordy going Kings money line. All right, that's the card in the NBA. And enjoy. Let's go to the colleges now. I picked out, I think, 3 or 4 games here. Hey, we're not going to cover them all. We've got to save some for some picks later on. But, yeah, I'm going to go through 4 games here right now. I got to start off the best game of the night. Big East action here with, I say the best game, man. What is wrong with Creighton, you guys? I mean, is this where we're at right now with Creighton? Have they really fallen this far? Here with the Creighton just to pick them against Providence. Look, Providence has lost 3 in a row. I'm not making fun of Creighton or anything. Just they've lost here to St. John's, Seton Hall. Those aren't easy games so far, but did pick them here in this one with Creighton taking on Providence here. Creighton has won 6 of their last 8 games, but this is always a tough game for Creighton, man. They're just 3-10 against the spread their last 13 games against Providence. Now they are 10-3-1 against the spread their last 14 games on the road, dating back to last season. Creighton's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. Providence has gone over in 6 of their last 8 and 7 of 9 games at home. Providence is 12-5 to the over overall. I still think it's pretty high. I know it's supposed to be, in the 160s here. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. 4 of the last 5 for Providence at home have gone over here, but man, 162 right now for these two. I don't know if I'm getting there, but see what you have here in this one with Creighton and Providence. And look, Providence has lost 3 in a row here, but they've lost to Connecticut, Xavier, and Villanova. Now, they were favored in the game against Xavier on the road. Xavier's not having a Xavier season either. But Creighton did win here last year, 80-69 as a 3.5-point favorite. But maybe Creighton's not quite what they were there last year. Let's see what you guys have in this one. It's a pick'em tonight in Rhode Island. All right, here a bit. James Parham. That might be, I don't know if that's this game or the other game. Creighton here for Robert, and Creighton also for Fernando. Greg likes Providence here to win it comfortably by 5 and maybe even go over, but I think more so, I think he likes Providence. LALB's liking the under. Personal account is on Providence. I'm on Providence here. I'm taking Providence. This has always given Creighton a problem here when coming into Providence. So yeah, I'm gonna ride here with Creighton in this one at a pick. Cash Kane's going over. Greg says Providence lost by 5 at St. John's. I think they beat St. John's, didn't they? I think they beat St. John's. Let me see here. Let's see. Providence That was their last win. They beat St. John's 77-71. They're 1-5 in conference play, and that's their only win was against St. John's. Their other wins were to Brown, Rhode Island. They beat Rhode Island in the Rhode Island. Decent. They also beat Penn State. Those guys are kind of top 100s at least. They lost to Colorado, Wisconsin, Florida, Virginia Tech. Those are tough teams, man. The Big East here. I'll take Providence. All right. Let's go to the Big 12 here right now with Baylor taking on Kansas. Here, this might be the game of the night, actually, right? But a little bit of a big spread, maybe, with Kansas here favored by 8, total 155. Pardon me, gang. Kansas coming in here off of a win last time out over Iowa State. Remember, hey, I was on Kansas in that game against the Cyclones. They blew them out, actually. Wasn't going to last. They talked about it there, right? Bill Self, never a home underdog. And when he's been a dog, that's when you take Kansas. They're not dogs too often, and they got the crushing win there over Iowa State. They got Baylor coming in here right now into this one. And KU also recent wins over TCU did not cover. They did blow out Davidson. Conference losses to West Virginia and UCF. Kansas is 7-3 against the spread at home so far this season. Baylor is an underdog against the spread, 0-4. Coming in right now, Baylor. They are 11-5 overall, but 0-4 straight up and against the spread on the road, including a loss at TCU, 69-63. They got blown out by Houston and also failed against Iowa State at home. They are coming off of a win on the road at Oklahoma State last time out. Let's see what you guys like in this one between Baylor and Kansas here in Big 12 action on Friday night. And we'll get to some other moves here in this one. Baylor here comes in here 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 meetings against Kansas overall. They've actually won 4 out of the last 6 games against KU, although last season Baylor won them both. They only played one time last year. It was at Baylor, 81-70. Baylor was a 2.5 point favorite. That was the only time the teams met last season. Baylor is over in 9 of their last 13 games overall, but Kansas has gone under in 10 of their last 15 games. They're also 2-8 to the under at home, 3-8 to the under as a favorite. Baylor's 1-3 to the under as a dog. So I'm going to see what you guys have in this one. All right, and good morning to our Tomps here today. Here we go with LALB says this is in the land in the 140s here, possibly. Kansas money line for Cash Kane. Kansas for personal account. Baylor to get the cover here says Cash Kane. It says Kane, and Terrell says Baylor covers. KU's favored by too much as they, kind of beat Iowa State. Now they got a little bit of momentum and everything. Baylor can still maybe get the cover here, but like I said, a little bit troubling there. 0-4. ATS is a dog, but you're right, getting those extra points here probably for sure against a team they usually cover against. And the fact that Kansas, although they're 12-5 straight up, 7-1 straight up at home, but they haven't been overrated, right? I mean, they're actually to the positive here against the spread. Okay, let's see here. Oh, look at Nine Legacy sticking a little Toledo action there. Toledo under the spread. Thank you. Here is over. And Creighton on the money line. Public Enemy on Kansas. Fernando on Kansas. Greg says Kansas by 10 here. Robert liking the over in this one. And our Thompson on Baylor. Robert's on Kansas here. We're all over the place in this one. And it's going to happen on a short card too. And let's see, maybe a little letdown for Kansas. And they win it by 6, says Greg. Jimbo's on the Jayhawks. And I'm going to take the Jayhawks here as well. I think they'll get the double-digit win. Look, I think this Kansas team right now maybe a little underrated, as like I said, with the spread. But Peterson has missed so many games here. It feels like here this season, right? And uh, I think for right now, given the situation that Kansas is in, kind of needing those uh, wins here a little bit, I think that's what they'll start doing here. Maybe getting a little bit together here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas to lay it here. Could be a tough one for Baylor, actually, I think. Okay, I'm going to look at one of the MAC games here, but I'm going to look at Ohio and Ball in this one. I know that Toledo Kent, pretty good game there, but I want to look at this one with Ohio. I just want to accentuate Ball here on this losing streak right now. Ohio's been pretty hot here of late. They are coming in off of a loss last time out to Toledo, 101-85, but they had won several games before that here in conference play, and also right now Ohio at 4-2 in conference play. Of course, Miami of Ohio, the team to beat here with that 18-0 record coming in still. Akron 4-1, Kent 4-1, Toledo 4-1. Again, that other game, but got two 4-1 teams doing battle here. But for Ball, they come in here on a long losing streak, but they've covered the last two games. They covered against UMass. They covered against Akron. They were getting double digits in those games. They didn't cover when they were getting single digits. So here, obviously, with Ohio only favored by 4. Let's see if you have a pick here with me in this one. And for Ohio here, they have covered the spread in 8 straight games against the Ball State Cardinals, won and covered 8 straight against them right now. So just think in this one, you're probably going to get a blowout from Ohio here. They've won 5 of their last 6, despite going 2-4 against the spread coming in, but Ball has lost 8 of their last 9 coming in, and 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I'm going to take Ohio here, but it might be a long night for Ball here. Ohio really, they'll be putting up, they'll dominate the interior here for sure against Ball. It's not even going to be close. Just throw the ball into the paint and score. And that's what Ohio's going to do easily, I would think, here in this one. And I'm going to take the Bobcats here to cover the spread on the road against the Cardinals. Let's see what you guys have in this one. I like the total too, though. Probably coming in with a little premium action today. Here we go with some of the picks here, and it's going to be Cash Kane says Ohio on the spread and over. Robert on Ohio here as well, and I think he's talking. Is he talking about the series here? The last 4 have gone over. Yeah, these guys go over against one another, right? Fernando on the over as well. Greg likes Ohio to win, but not cover there today. Hello to Stop Geo in the chat. Jimbo is on Ohio. Robert's on the over here. LALB is on the over. And Public Enemy going over. Greg says the spread's too low. Something's wrong. That's what I thought. Well, like I said, Ball has struggled here, and this is a series that Ohio just owns. Last year, the meeting was at Ohio, 86-71. Ohio was favored by 9. They played the 2 previous meetings here in Ball, and Ohio won 84-79 and 90-70. Back in 2023. So, okay, I'm going to take the Bobcats in this one. All right, and I got one more today to look at here with Loyola of Chicago taking on the Dayton Flyers. Flyers here favored. I think this one's actually gone down. Here I'm showing Dayton either 16, maybe even 15.5. But the steam did come in. We haven't had we're going to go the whole show, I think. Did you guys hear any steam? I didn't hear any steam, but there was some overnight steam in this game with Loyola Chicago. Took it down to 16 here, even 15.5 here at a few books, but let's call it 15.5 and 142.5 or so. With Dayton coming here on a 4-game winning streak. They're 13-4 coming into this one. For Loyola of Illinois, it's been a rough year. not playing their typical standards right now. They're 5-13. They've lost 4 in a row here in conference play to Dayton, Davidson, George Washington, and to George Mason. They're just 5-13 against the spread right now, 2-5 against the spread overall. But this is Loyola of Chicago, man. Come on. You're going to give me 15 points with Loyola Chicago? Let's see what you guys have. I don't even know if I can do it, but I want to do it. Let's see what you guys have in the chat here. Look, I've avoided this Loyola of Chicago downturn, and it wasn't because of the passing of Sister Jean, but see what you got here in the chat with me. Oops. Loyola of Chicago, just 5-14, as I said, at ATS right now. Also, Loyola Chicago's gone over in 8 of their last 10, but Dayton's gone under in 5 straight games coming in. Dayton's won 12 of their last 13 at home. Loyola Chicago is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against Dayton, and they were getting the points a lot of times in those games, but not always. And Loyola Chicago actually won the meeting last year at Loyola 78-72, but just a little bit down here. Here we go in the chat.
Steam play.
Oh, there we go. Finally, huh? Hey, it's the game between Creighton and Providence. Steam is coming in right now here. It might be our only Steam move of the day on this card. Steam coming in right now with Creighton and Providence. That's probably the right move, in my opinion. It's down here to 161 right now. We said it was a 162.5 when we were talking about it. But right now it's down to 161 here. And starting to see Creighton also move to a bit of a favorite here. In fact, there's the stations here in Las Vegas has showing Creighton is a 2-point favorite here right now, but the Steam is in on the under right there in the Creighton Providence game. Here we go with Loyola Chicago and Dayton right now. It's going to be Cash Kane on Dayton. And also, let's see here. Kane says he'll lay 20. Robert's laying 15.5. And Greg says he'll smack them, but I think he likes Loyola Chicago there because they're getting all those points. That's a cover for Loyola Chicago for Greg. Dayton to roll, says Public Enemy. And a personal account says Loyola plus the points, and Sister Jean, not Queen Mary, a big giant boat. All right, just a huge discount on Dayton. So I think he's saying that's Dayton Drillers here. LALB is going to be with me, I think. And Cashane says that Loyola coming in here with the injuries. They've been battling the injuries all season right now, and they've got several regulars here on the injured list. But so does Dayton today as well. Hey, there's NYC Bar. I like to see under in this one. And Dayton won't take them lightly. And Bar says, we missed your picks for college basketball. Oh, man, Bar, and you even asked about them. I'd have to check your, maybe check the settings or something. Let me see if I can bring them up at least there yesterday. And maybe some other folks can, man, you asked specifically about them. So there's got to be a technical issue because we definitely had some picks. Oops, let me see here. Wrong frame there. We're not ready for that. But did have the picks here a little bit there yesterday, and I'm sure hopefully no one else had kind of said anything. So I'm really apologize because you were asking specifically about the college plays there yesterday, and we had good plays for sure. We had that free winner right there, FAU and Wichita, and then we had a winner there. Oh, there comes another Steam play here. Just a second here. And then we had these NBA 3-1 there, and then there, and here come the college. Let's see what we had. I think it was good thing. Look at that, a good thing we didn't. Look, losers here. Good thing. Only winner there was BMI and Mercer. It looks like so, but they were out there. I hope that we can fix that. Did you get the others? Did you get the NBA there and the NHL there as well? Okay, let me know about that, but hopefully those came in. Okay, let me get that off screen. Okay, Steam coming in here right now, here with the game between Colorado State and Boise State. We don't have it on the preview. We got some Steam here in this one right now, and it's going to be on the under here with Colorado State and Boise State. And I kind of agree with this move too. We're seeing this one here move lower to 140 right now. Here it was 142.5 on the opener there. So, all right. Oh, in this card there. Okay, yeah. We'll recap them again here. I've got Providence, Toledo and Kent under, Marquette and DePaul under, and no, it wasn't that. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get these right. Kent and Providence under, Kansas, Ohio, and Loyola Chicago. got all my other plays in there too because I said the wrong thing. Loyola has those injuries. Yeah, you got Loyola here. You got Richardson, Moore, Love, Dotson, and Amos all questionable. But on Dayton, you have Malcolm Thomas is questionable. Letang is questionable. Durkak questionable as well. So they've got a few guys here, but it does feel like Loyola has more guys who are affected here. Okay, but I'm taking them. I'm taking Loyola here in this one against Dayton. Come on, Loyola, wake up. Okay, that's it for our colleges. Let's go to the NHL. Man, it's taking us still an hour and a half here with this card. Let's go to the NHL here on Friday night with a 5-game card here. Started off with those San Jose Sharks. Man, they did it again last night, didn't they? Why are we fading the Sharks at this point? I mean, they are the most profitable team here in the NHL. I know I said it already in 5 straight shows, but that's because Boston was for a while. But right now they're up 15.5 units so far this season are the San Jose Sharks. No team has made you more money if you're betting them every game than the San Jose Sharks. Now, they are on the back-to-back. It's a little bit dicey here, taking on a Detroit team playing well. But, man, San Jose got the win there last night over Washington in regulation. Now going here to Detroit. Detroit's coming in off a loss, 3-0 to Boston, but they were on a winning streak before that. They were taking names there somewhat over the last few games here in right now. Detroit has won 4 of their last 5 and 6 of their last 7 at home. San Jose's won 4 of their last 5, and guess what? They've won 6 of their last 7 games on the road. So come on, man. Sharks here. You can't fade these guys. Yeah, maybe the back-to-back will affect them here. Sharks did win here in Detroit last year, 6-3, but Detroit did return the favor at San Jose 3-2 later in the season. Still, the Sharks have won 3 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. That was before the Sharks were actually I stand corrected. The win for Detroit 3-2 is actually this season. So the Sharks have won the last 2 meetings last year between the two teams. Detroit won the meeting this year, but still. Point being is that the Sharks are making you money. Now, Detroit's also pretty darn profitable, especially at home. They're actually one of the most profitable home teams in the NHL this season, up nearly 6 units so far this season. So, yeah, Detroit might be in their element here a little bit, but I've got to take the Sharks here on the puck line minus $1.50 in this one. They keep on keeping on here right now. One of the best stories in the league here right now. Actually, it's $1.40, 45 or so. I'll take the Sharks here on the puck line. We've taken them as a dog here in a few spots, but you know what? They could lose this one, but I'm going to try them here. Give me the Sharks on the puck line here on Friday night. And let's see here. Thank you, Kane. Yeah, you know what? I would say Bar, he didn't call me out, but I'm like, let's take a look at those picks. Oh, the college picks were 1-4. Hey, we won some other picks in there. And you know what? I feel like the tennis right now is really coming along. Yeah, we didn't do it quite what I wanted there yesterday, but man, those some good matches there yesterday, especially the late match there. last night was a really good one with Ugo Humbert and Davidovich Fokina going to that tiebreak in the third set, but Humbert did overcome him there in that one. But we saw Eva Jovic. Look, she was against Taylor Preston. I know Preston took Jovic to. Let me see if I can get this graphic out of the way while I talk tennis here a little bit. But I know Jovic, she did get pressed to 3 sets, but she did win the third set 6-1. I'm going to take Eva Jovic maybe to win her quarter. Let's see what happens with the Aussie Open, but I'm actually want to take her maybe to win the Aussie Open. And look, she's not going to win the Aussie Open. There's a lot of great women that are going to be alive, to win this tournament. But even Jovic right now, the American, she has to be the fastest rider. And we saw Mboko also win yesterday, so I don't want to slight Jovic, but Mboko was already kind of moving into the top 15 or so. Jovic is coming on like a freight train right now. Yes, she's young, and I was worried that she would actually lose that match against Taylor Preston yesterday, but she was like a $5 favorite. But she did crush her in the third set, and if she gets the right draw, she can get to the quarterfinals here at the Aussie Open. Eva Jovic, the youngster from the United States, is to me the fastest rising player right now. Players like Andreeva and Mboko, they've already arrived. I don't think Jovic has quite captured the public's attention just yet. I think she's one of the hottest young players on the tour. Okay, we're talking hockey though here, and I've got your plays in the Sharks and the Red Wings. Let's go to it. See if I missed some of these a little bit here. I'll just go back here. Cash Kane is on the Red Wings. R. Thompson's on the Wings here. Also, personal account likes Sharks, LAOV on the Sharks. And Sharks will look like the Sharks today. So that means I think Kane wants them to win. Wait a minute. He said, the Sharks, right? They've been hot. Greg here, 4-3 Detroit. And Wings, though, here for Public Enemy. Did we do the NHL? This is it. Sharks getting 1.5 goals. Take them, says Greg. And Klingberg for a goal. 9 Legacy likes Red Wings on the puck line here. And Philly Eagle Flyer stopping in, says Lightning, Abs, parlay, Abs game. Still going with a no goal first period with the opponent. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer. Okay, this one looks like the game of the night here with the Florida Panthers taking on Carolina Hurricanes. Florida winners of 2 straight here right now, 24-18-3. Carolina's lost a couple in a row. They're 28-15-4, but obviously 2 of the best going here right now. Florida, they're incredible as an underdog, man. Florida so far 9-3 as a dog this season. I mean, that's supposed to be your record when you're a favorite. So, talk about profitable teams. How about Florida on the road? You'd think so, right? But ironically, on the road, they're just 10-9 straight up. But they've actually been a dog here in some of their home games too. Florida's kind of been up against it this year, but they've still continued to produce and getting wins here. But 9-3 as a dog, very impressive. But Carolina 16-8 at home so far this season. These 2 teams did meet twice in December. Florida won them both because Florida owns the series actually between these 2 teams. Florida has won 5 straight games on the road against Carolina, 6 of the last 7 games overall between them, but it is a 5-game winning streak right now for Florida, including 2 games back in December, where Florida did win here in Carolina back on the 23rd of December, 5-2. They also won the home game 4-3, so getting an underdog price here with a Florida team that's starting to play well against a team that they kind of handle here a little bit. I mean, Carolina obviously still pretty great. They're favored here, hefty even this one at -160. But let's see what you have here between these 2. usually get some overs here right now. Carolina 16-9 to the over at home. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over, and Florida's 11-8 to the over on the road coming in. So see what you guys have here in this one. This is the game of the night, right? Between the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here. And I have the total at 6.5 over 25, but there's plenty of 6 overs. Bovada's 6 flat, I think, right now. I'm going to go over, but see, we got some picks here in this one from the chat. And VAR might be under in this one. Easy here, Canes, money line. Panthers beat up here right now with their injuries here. You got Marshawn questionable, and Seth Jones here is currently out as well on defense. Ghosty is questionable here for the Hurricanes, and Carrier is questionable as well. Greg's got it 4-3 Panthers and Canes for Public Enemy. And WeDo says, what's going on with the Minnesota Wild here? I think that's what he said. I don't know if he is. Every time Greg takes the Canes, they lose. And the Panthers will Panthers banged up. Canes will win, says Public Enemy. LALB's on the over here. Canes have momentum. Philly Eagle Flyer says he sure would like to know about the goalies in this one because it does make a difference here. If you got Bobrovsky and Bussy, that might be a better situation than going down here. Let's see if there's been anything here with the goalies today. Askarov of the Sharks, he is likely to be in there, and that's pretty much it as far as the confirmations are concerned. Robert's on the over here, and could be overtime, says Greg, in Florida here, 4-9 Legacy. I'm taking the over here in this one. All right, let's move on. We got to talk about the hottest team in the league, don't we? With the Tampa Bay Lightning coming in here. How many in a row is it now? I think we've lost track. 10, 11, 10, 11? How many has it been? Oh, Lightning's on fire here right now. Won a bunch of games in a row. 7-0 on the road, 7 straight on the road. They've won 6 of the last 8 meetings here with St. Louis. Now, look, this line is too high, but it feels like I still think Tampa Bay is going to get a puck line on these guys tonight. St. Louis is coming in off of a win that snapped a 3-game losing streak to Carolina. They beat them 3-0 after consecutive losses to Chicago, Utah, and VGK. St. Louis is 11-9 at home still, no matter how you look at it. They're also 15-14 as an underdog. That's pretty good. They're 20-9 as a puck line dog here. Tampa Bay 13-23 as a puck line favorite, but Tampa Bay is on such a roll right now. St. Louis has defeated Tampa Bay in 5 of the last 6 meetings at home between the two teams. That's certainly something to consider. Tampa's gone over in 6 of their last 9 games coming into this one. They're also 21-15 to the under. I'm sorry. 21-15 to the over as a favorite. The Blues are 12-17 to the under as a dog. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. So some books are listing. Oh no! I think this is pretty much the goalie situation here. I'm gonna take the Lightning here on the puck line in this one to roll and take them down here. This Lightning team on fire here right now. Maybe Blues will give them a battle here. Maybe they can cover a puck line on them. But I'm going to take Tampa Bay to keep this rolling right now. They are destroying here. It feels like Tampa did win the meetings, two meetings so far this year. Both of them were at home. I'm sorry, no, only one meeting so far this year at home. 4-1. Tampa did win at home. Okay, let's go to the chat here in this one. And we've got Greg here on Tampa, 4-2. Cash Kane will take the Blues, though. Hey, look, they've beaten 5 out of the last 6 games. The Blues have actually beaten. And remember, these teams only meet twice a year. So Lightning in a parlay for LALB. Here's a Lightning team total over there for Philly Eagle Flyer. Greg says just keep on rolling here with this team a little bit. Also, Cash Kane. No Point and the Blues have been beating them. So, yeah, with Point out of the lineup here right now, does feel like he's one of those players that you need in there. But, he's been out here now for didn't even miss one game already. But he's definitely out of this game. So is McDonough. So is Hedman here. And I want to say hello and welcome to our newest member of the Sports Money Network, Manuel James. Nice to have Manuel in here today. Elliott Sharks puck line with the Lightning money line, says LALV. All right, I'm going to take him again here. Give me the Lightning puck line. All right, two more here. See if I can make it. It feels like a light day, but, when you got college basketball, you spend most of your day looking at college basketball on Fridays. All right, here we go with the Predators on the road here, taking on the Avalanche. Look out, here comes Nashville. They've won 2 in a row. We know they've been hot. Hey, I love taking Nashville usually, but I don't know about this one. It is a huge line here, so probably not worth it to take Colorado here, but come on. They come in here right now, Colorado. They've given up a few games here. They've lost a few. They're actually coming in off a loss here, right? The last time out against Toronto, Nashville with wins over Edmonton and Washington coming here into this one. Still, for the Avalanche here, they've won 17 of their last 18 at home right now. Colorado 12-3 straight up in their last 15 games. Colorado's also gone over in 6 of their last 9 games. Colorado and Nashville have gone under in 4 of the last 6 meetings. Colorado's 19-25 to the under as a favorite. For Nashville, they've actually won 9 of their last 13 right now. They have lost 13 of the last 18 meetings to Colorado, including 8 straight on the road. 8 straight losses for Nashville in Denver. So see what you got, though, in this one between the Preds and the Avalanche here. Like I said, I was on a mode where I couldn't stop betting on the Predators, but I don't know if I'm going to do it necessarily here. Here we go to the chat. All right, it's going to start it off here with LALV, Sharks. Oh, no, we already had that. Flea Mathis, good morning to Flea in the chat. Cam Sinet's here today. Nice to have Cam. He says, Banning back play to tomorrow's Broncos on the money line. Thank you, Cam. Good to see you, brother. Greg here says 4-3 Colorado. Cash Kane says, go with our new favorite team, right? Kane, the predictors. That's what we call the Predators now because we always predict them right. Nine Legacy says he wants to take Nashville, but I'm not so sure in this one. And I might be with you in that one, Nine Legacy. I think Colorado, but no value. That feels like a true statement right there from Public Enemy. I mean, if you look at this line, right, probably should be closer to, I don't know, 275 or something. Maybe we'll go down. I'm going to take the over in this one, despite what we've seen, I think, from these two teams a little bit here. I think Colorado's going to be lighting the lamp, and let's take the over here with Nashville and Colorado. I do have 6.5 over listed there right now, and I believe that is not the price. I mean, at least if I'm going to put it 6.5, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to take 6 over 20, but at least if we're going to show it on the screen at a 6.5, we've got to at least be fair to the those that are going to follow it. 6.5 under 15 here, maybe right now. Okay. And let's see here. LALB says he's going to add the Avs money line into that and make it a 3-teamer in there. All right, we got one more on the ice, and then the show's over. Philly Flyer says he's going to take the Avs every period team total over for the rest of the season. Okay, yeah, you know what? It's an easy one, maybe. And hey, we've tried to fade him a few spots a little bit, but I'm not going to tonight. All right, here we go with SoCal battle here between the Kings and the Ducks here in this one. The Ducks come in here. They finally won a game, so maybe there's a little bit of momentum here after that long 9-game losing streak. They did beat Dallas the other night at home. The Kings are struggling too. They've been losing games, although they've had some pretty tough opponents here. I say tough. One of them was the Sharks. Yes, I said it. They also lost to Winnipeg, who's playing their best hockey this season. They lost to Dallas. They lost to VGK. They did beat Edmonton, but still, LA just 7-10 at home. They've had these home struggles. Anaheim 9-13 on the road. Don't have to travel far, but got to play in the other. Got to play here in the crypto arena. Looks like Dostal and Kemper in the pipes here in this one. Look, I'm taking Anaheim. The Kings have had such trouble. Yes, they play some sharp defense. Anaheim's really going to have to go hard on offense here to make sure. But I'm taking Anaheim in this game over the Kings. Both teams have been a little bit woeful here of late. So to me, I'm going with Anaheim tonight at as an underdog here. I think it's actually gone down. Kings are the steam is in right now on clearly right now on the Ducks. This game has moved here to 127 at Bet Online. The value has left the building. If you like the Kings, this is the time is now here. Or you could wait, but down to $1. I say $1.30 just because Bet Online's $1.27, but Bovada $1.45 here. Vegas $1. It's $1.40 at some of the books here in Vegas. $1.42 on DraftKings, but clearly a move from the high opener of $1. DraftKings opened this game $1.80, and it's now down to $1.42 here with Anaheim, and I'm on Anaheim here tonight in this one over the Kings, and we'll just have to go with that limited price, I guess. Corey Perry questionable here for the Kings. Kopitar's hit the shelf as well. Carlson questionable for Anaheim. Gauthier also questionable, and Terry's questionable. Still got some guys missing here too from the Ducks, but I'm going with them here tonight. Give me the Ducks in this one. All right, see if we have any picks here, and then the show's kind of over here right now. And Greg likes the Ducks. LALB likes the over here. I got to think that's right, LALB. Kings puck line now for NYC Bar. 9 Legacy's on the Ducks. Philly Eagle Flyer. I think he's going 3. I think he's going 3-3 here. Is that right? Is that over and draw? Yeah, over and draw 3-3, and then 4-3 overtime shootout. I think that's Philly Eagle Flyers saying in there. Public Enemy's on the Ducks here, and Greg is on the Ducks. And I think Eric Acevedo is also there taking the Ducks. I'm taking the Ducks here on the road in this one. Oh, man, that's going to do it. Not exactly a busy show here on Friday, but we're here for, an hour and a half or more with you guys. So really appreciate it. And you can, we're going to do the drawing here right now, but don't forget, you can pick up more picks from me every day by going to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off my premium pick packages. Let's roll here on a Friday, and hopefully let me know what's going on with that bar. It should work for you, so I'm a little upset there that if it's not working. I mean, it looks like everything's working here with the picks on my end there. The picks came in from yesterday as well with showing the winners in green. And, you guys can pick up the picks from me here at winnable.com/Ramon. And Mikey here is going to tell you all about it.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, we have some more tennis tonight as well here. We'll look at those matches. Man, like I said, you got Jovic and Cocchiaretto. You've got Andreeva and Boko. I mean, that's a great matchup tonight. On the ladies' side, Sebastian Baez is playing great right now. It's up against Mensik as an underdog, and Humbert and Mahat are going to battle it out as well on the men's side. And then we're getting ready to go to the Australian Open. All right. Can't wait for that. Let's do the drawing here right now and see who wins 1 month of subscription from me. Here we go. Greg, Cash Kane, R. Toms, we do, BJ, Jimmy, Nicholas Handy. The winner is Personal Account. All right, Personal Account is on the board with a win there. And Personal Account, if you go to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code winner, you're going to get 1 month of plays from me. Caveat there, after 1 month, you will be charged a subscription unless you cancel. But hey, we're going to show you how we win over at winnable.com and get you part of the pick crew there with me. Look, I've got obviously making so much money here running this show. I've got, 4 or 5 dozen subscribers coming in at 41 cents a day. You do the math. I better pick some winners here tonight because the subscriptions aren't doing it, but I do appreciate you guys. I just like having everybody subscribing actually to get the free picks for sure over there as well. Just I want to see you signed up. We got over 300 getting those picks. The free plays every day. I send out 1 or 2 plays on those. So join me over at winnable.com. That's going to do it here for the morning steam. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific with more morning steam. Remember, Mikey joins you here with pre-gaming at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Get you ready for the primetime action of tonight's card. Mikey won't be around for too long either. And man, we're only 1 week away. I got a call from VB. He said, schedule the show next week. We're going to get rolling here for our UFC here, just a week plus out here. And Mike's got some big changes planned for the coverage here on the channel. So you're going to want to be a part of it here as they move into the new era with Paramount Plus. And we've already seen there last night, Mike was talking about Kate Scott going to be that studio host, at least for that first one. I don't know if that's a permanent thing, but the host of all the soccer coverage there, the Champions League coverage from the studio hosting there. All right, it's going to do it. Really appreciate everyone joining me here, and we'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott.
I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money, and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA, stay up late.